Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the collective for all signs. It's a bonus reading for Pluto in retrograde. Now, I have done bonus readings for Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn, which were my highest viewers this past couple of readings. And I feel like I'm being guided to do a collective message for Pluto in retrograde. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I had to do some digging, and I have put in the description box some resources or two sites that I've been using. Although I looked at a few other ones, these had the most sort of concise information about this Pluto retrograde. So if you're interested, you can look down below and do a little more digging to see how this really plays out for you personally. Also, if you're not into big long introductions, because this one will just be a couple of minutes, do check out the timestamp down below to get right to the reading. So this is just a general reading for the collective. It's a bonus reading about Pluto in retrograde. So Pluto in retrograde encompasses a long time. It's from April 25th until October 4th, and it's going to be in Capricorn. And Pluto is not a real happy camper in Capricorn. Jupiter is conjunct Pluto, and this is going to make us all more focused and more driven at this time, right? And especially since we're all at home, social distancing, we have that time to focus on whether it's work or whether it's art or writing, whatever it might be. Its most positive manifestation is going to be extremely good fortune. Remember, Jupiter is about windfalls, luck, money, okay? And generosity, transformational change. We also have this Scorpio full moon coming up, okay? But Pluto rules Scorpio, so, it's about secrets coming to the light, all right? Things that we had kept hidden either within ourselves or even at the, at the global level that are going to be coming up, erupting, kind of like a volcano is the image I get whenever I talk about this. And there's also a lot of spiritual evolution going on, part of the Great Awakening. We've been seeing that. A lot of people with more time to do more research, to sort of, all of the noise, the chatter of work and other responsibilities might be falling by the wayside, or it's different, more time to meditate, to pray, just to get in touch with your higher self. So we're seeing a lot of people awakening on a more global level at a higher or faster rate. This Jupiter-Pluto conjunct is square Mercury. So we're going to see an increased fear of death, especially due to the coronavirus. And this can also cause extreme, ruthless, and obsessive thoughts and words, selfishness, greed, jealousy, nationalism, racism, victimization, and revenge. So Pluto rules Scorpio. And remember that Scorpio is all about mystery. And it's also all about shadow work. If you guys have any Scorpionic energy or any Scorpios in your life, you know that Scorpios aren't necessarily afraid of change. They like it, and they're not afraid of getting deep, dark, and dirty with their emotions and doing that shadow work. Okay, it comes naturally to Scorpionic energy. Now, Mercury square this Jupiter-Pluto is also linked to respiratory problems in the lungs. No big surprise here. That's why we're seeing a lot of this, or we're seeing the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. And Mercury also rules the hands. So it's really important. How is this disease spread? It's spread through your hands. So the importance of not getting lax about washing your hands and paying attention and being very conscious to how this disease is spread. Pluto, we're also going to see, a lot of information coming up about governments and secrecy and control issues, whether that's on a personal level or, again, with governments more on a global level. Pluto retrograde is going to test your faith and make it harder to understand that death is a transition. In the tarot, the Scorpio is represented by the death card, again, death and rebirth. Whether this is actual physical death or it's the death of a relationship or the way things used to be, who you used to be, a way of being, a way of thinking, understanding it and embracing it as a beautiful transition, okay, is going to make things a lot smoother. The best way to deal with Pluto retrograde will be to get your information from trusted sources. So don't spread any misinformation. And look at many different sources. That's why I've only included 2 sources of information with this Pluto retrograde. So keep digging, look at different sources. Okay, get the information for yourself, and not just about this, but about anything that you hear or read or see. It's going to be really important to act morally and ethically. So do what's right, what you feel is right at all times. Being kind and generous is also going to help you evolve spiritually, but it's also going to increase your chance for material growth, happiness, and success. And despite everything that I've said, remember Jupiter, they're really positive manifestations, and one of those is extremely good fortune, generosity, spiritual evolution. So there's a lot here to to look forward to. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this spread. I am using the Santa Muerte tarot deck. Yeah, let's go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides to this space to deliver the messages for the collective for all signs that they need to know for Pluto in retrograde. Remember, this is from April 25th. In case you didn't hear that, April 25th until October 4th. So messages for the collective. You have the Empress and the Two of Pentacles. That's also the importance of self-care, taking care of yourself. Okay, taking care of yourself first before you take care of others. All right, messages for the collective for all signs for Pluto retrograde. Messages for the collective for all signs for Pluto retrograde. Remember, this is pretty much from now until the end of 2020 or October 2020. Wow. Ace of Swords. These cards want to jump out at you guys. Oh, I think they're ready to talk. All right, so your overall energy is the Eight of Wands. If you guys have been listening to me for a while, the Eight of Wands is my Law of Attraction card. It's about a lot of communication, things happening quickly. It's also the Law of Detachment. So really focusing on what it is you want, what are your intentions, and sort of like pulling back this arrow, releasing those wands, letting them go and fall when, where, and how that they need to. All right, so also the importance of detaching, the importance of giving the universe the time and the space necessary to deliver what it is that you've asked for. It's a beautiful, auspicious sign. The Eight of Wands is about love, okay? It's about abundance. It's about manifestation, okay? So it's a very, very good sign for this reading. Now, what will the retrograde bring into your life? You have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is you sort of rising above. And with this deck, I see it more than anything. I see it as you being able to face your fears, moving through fear and the rewards that are in the end, the struggle and the courage and the strength to move through that. This is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. It can be that there's a little bit of competition. The Seven of Wands comes right after the Six of Wands, which is a major victory. Okay, and then you rising above and you staying on top. Okay, but it's not always easy. The aspect of your life that's going to be most affected by this retrograde period, Page of Cups. Page of Cups is emotions, is psychic ability. Some of you are going through major upgrades, okay? So your psychic abilities, some of you might be readers or healers, Reikiists, but you're really getting a major upgrade. It's that spiritual evolution that we heard so much about in the introduction. All right, the Page of Cups can be a beginning in love and can also be about emotional balance. Okay, learning how to love in a healthy way. And that can even include loving yourself, not just others. The third card out is what lessons need to be learned during this period. This is the Four of Wands. This is one of my soulmate twin flame energies. The Four of Wands can be about a marriage or a contract. It's about gratitude, being grateful for everything that you have. Remember, if you are working with law of attraction, gratitude is one of the most important steps. Okay, showing gratitude, being grateful for what you have, being grateful for the abundance that is coming towards you quite quickly, what you're manifesting, everything that you've learned along the way. The Four of Wands is next to the Sun card, one of the happiest cards in the deck. It's celebration. And it comes after the Three of Wands, after a period of waiting for your ships to come in. And the Four of Wands, they have come in. Okay, and that's beautiful. It's about a contract. It's about a marriage. These contracts can be verbal, they can be written, they can just be understandings between two people. All right, the lessons that need to be learned during this period, you have the Ace of Wands. This is also, I'm getting more than anything, the need to accept the blessings that you're being given. Again, the gratitude that you should be feeling for what's coming to you, because you might not realize there's something really amazing that's coming to you. Okay, again, this Four of Wands, happiness, union, contracts. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a partner, maybe it's taking, maybe getting engaged or getting married or something along those lines. All right, this is an 1111 card, so you might be seeing those numbers a lot, but we also have 44 showing up as a master number. Okay, so, and remember, 4 is about stability, they're about balance. What part of your past do you need to reflect on in order to heal and aid you in this journey? Well, you have the Four of Swords, and in this deck it's a little bit different. I love this because, he's putting the nails in the coffin. He's bringing something to an end. Something needed to come to an end. I do apologize about the background noise, okay? So the Four of Swords energy is about healing. It's about respite. It's about taking time off. It's about looking into your past, about what is it that you need to take some time off from. Remember, the Three of Swords is about I don't know why I all of a sudden I just switched over into Spanish in my brain. The Three of Swords is about deception. It's about trauma. It's about disappointment. It's about hurt. It could be third-party situations. And this Four of Swords is kind of like healing from all of that. So it's like the importance of healing. I think also all of this shadow work that's coming up through Pluto retrograde, or as a result of Pluto retrograde, mysteries that are coming to the surface. Okay, on a global level, on a personal level, shadow work is ultimately going to be bringing the healing to any of those past hurts and disappointments and traumas and things that you thought had already ended. Sometimes we think we heal and clear something, and then we're triggered and we realize we haven't. And that's okay. That's human. It's part of the process. And retrogrades are all about sort of like, it's like taking a vacuum across a big rug, okay, and saying like, yeah, I did a great job. And then you leave the room and you come back in and you see all these little spots you might have missed. That's Pluto retrograde. Yeah, you maybe missed a spot. You could, let's polish this up over here. And it's okay. It's part of our human experience. Okay, so your outcome, your final outcome is the Page of Wands. This is a brand new direction. Also, the Ace of Wands here, this is a major blessing. This is something that you're hugely passionate about, something that you can't deny. Okay, and I do feel like that's coming to you, and it may bring a sense of healing. It may heal a situation. It's like moving on. The Page of Wands is a message, something that's going to give you optimism, something that's going to bring you happiness, something that you're going to be passionate about, something that you may want to be really impulsive, like your first gut instinct is going to be, yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this is where I'm going. He's a messenger. So it's a messenger of good news, something that's going to make you happy. This is you maybe telling other people this is how it is. And there's a lot of fast moving energy here, a lot of fire energy as well. 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 1, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands. Okay, so a lot of passion, lots of Aries, Leo, Sag energy going on here. All right, so nice. So, this and this could be bringing you a brand new beginning that you're extremely passionate about, this Page of Wands, okay? Additional messages for the collective for Pluto retrograde. Again, if you have Cancer, Scorpio, or Capricorn placements, or you're a cross watcher, I've done bonus readings for those 3 signs as a huge thank you for all the love and support that you guys have shown the channel. And if you don't have one of those signs, it doesn't mean I love you any less. All right, and I wish I could do a Pluto retrograde for every sign of the zodiac. It just, time doesn't permit this week. All right, so additional messages for the collective, for all signs, for Pluto retrograde. Okay, hole in the soul, number 36. Whoa, that's a powerful card. Angel of death behind her, scorpionic energy, this Pluto energy, transformation. Okay, and procrastination. All right, collective, let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on here. Procrastination, this card here, this is all about you need to start taking action. Procrastination is doing you no favors, okay? And it's time to take action. You know, you'll feel it, this Ace of Wands. Don't let this be a missed opportunity. I don't see that it is. This Eight of Wands is movement, making decisions, lots of communication. All right. But the hole in the soul card, this is interesting. And you know, I love that this angel of death is behind her, because it just speaks to this whole reading, all of this plutonic energy. Now, this card in particular is about your childhood wounds creating a hole in your soul. Now, the Four of Swords, remember, comes right after the Three of Swords. Some of that heartbreak, sadness, disappointment, trauma could go back to your childhood. It could even go back to past lives. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. Okay, some of you may be struggling with depression or may have. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation, as you are always mourning your true self. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect that you felt. Whoa. But for some of you guys, Spirit really wants me to be clear. For some of us, it's not going to go back to our childhood. It's going to be past lives. And there's some past life regression work that you guys could be doing, and some healing, okay? And even some soul retrieval, okay? And, start doing it now. Start taking a look. This is the epitome of doing shadow work, going back, looking at your past hurts and disappointments, healing it. Okay, even where we thought we had healed before. Okay, I'm going to pull additional messages for the collective, for all signs, for Pluto retrograde. Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Did we not just hear that? Is there an echo in this room? Now remember that, elephants are supposedly, they have like the best memory in the animal kingdom. And his third eye, his or her third eye is activated. So the importance of trusting your intuition. 25 breaks down to a 7. You have 77 master number showing up. 77 is about the spiritual journey, the path of the yogi or the mystic. So again, for a lot of us, this has to do with, contemplation through prayer, through meditation, and, again, soul retrieval and past life stuff. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate with you about your childhood, go back even further. And you get Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Yeah. I think it's pretty clear cut there. Lay a solid foundation. Do things. That's falling right on top of the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, that is that solid foundation, whether that's union with another person, another soul, a twin flame, a life partner, or if it's union with you and your higher self. Okay? It's the importance of this foundation. Get to it now. Get to working now. There's a lot of healing that needs to take place. This is a huge blessing for you guys. A huge blessing. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Oof, I just got strong Virgo energy. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart or in your placement, but as soon as I pulled that card, I heard Virgo, like loud. All right, so worrying isn't going to help you. It doesn't change an outcome, right? It's only toxic for you. Now, we do worry about things in order to, we do need to worry. I think it's part of the ego, telling us, okay, well, there's something, that we don't like, that there's danger ahead. We're human, we need that. But excessive worry, you need to figure out a way to stop that. Success. Don't worry, it's going to be successful. You're going to be successful. I know that there is no greater goal than to love, and that goes for self-love as well. Whoa. At the bottom of the deck, adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Look at how all of these cards really work together. Nice. Nice. All right. For the collective, final message for the collective. You guys get Andromache, strength. All right, I just want you to take in the image of this woman. First of all, look at how many wands. Look at this, the wands that are in this. I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. Here are those wands. Here is those arrows. Wow. Let's see if I pronounced that correctly. Healthy fierceness is required. All right, guys, so we might have to step it up. We see that in the Seven of Wands also. Strengthen your physical body, walk forward in pride, and know that you can fight any battle. You need to strike a balance between the masculine and the feminine. Andromache, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, was a ferocious queen of the all-female warrior tribe, the Amazons. Her name means fighter of men, and she was said to have fought Heracles himself. There is much conjecture about whether or not Amazons actually existed or were only part of a Greek and African mythology. Understandably, the idea of a wildly beautiful yet bloodthirsty tribe of women could be seen as quite a fanciful notion for any patriarchal society. However, there seems to be too much archaeological evidence to discount their existence. The Amazons have been a symbol of women's power for millennia and became popular again as feminism grew. In most parts of ancient Greece, where women were considered inferior to men in almost every day, the Amazons were figures of fear and in some ways of wonder. While it's more acceptable today for women to be physically strong, many women still doubt their physical prowess. The idea that one has to be smaller, weaker, and quieter to be desired by men still remains. Okay, these are the point. This is from Stacey DeMarco, Goddess and Sirens book. It's important that we fully embrace our feminine power. So not just for we'll take gender out of it, you guys. Whether you're male or female. It's important to embrace our feminine power and not rely on others for our strength. Healthy fierceness is a positive trait in situations that require it. And this card and her sisters show us that setting boundaries is necessary for our success. All right, interesting. So the importance of, standing up, setting boundaries, moving forward, taking action now, learn from the past. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Remember that I love you and I thank you all. Please try to enjoy Pluto retrograde, as it has some beautiful lessons for us to learn. And don't be afraid of it either. Healthy fierceness, strength, step into your strength. There may be some obstacles, but guess what? That's okay. That's what this whole human experience is all about. All right, so I love you. Please have an absolutely beautiful day and take care.